Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video on competitive multiplayer with Daggerwin. So you join me on a rather wet September day, not very good at all for harvesting. Luckily we don't have any harvesting to do. The same can't be said for Daggerwin, who unfortunately for him has quite a lot of harvesting to do and it's too wet to do it. Yes, so I'm okay, I've got no harvesting to do at the moment. My sunflower field and my soybean field here, neither of them are ready to harvest yet, so I can't do that. Daggerwin has 3 fields to harvest. What are they? Sorghum and... oh no, that's grass. So 2 fields. 2 sorghum fields to harvest. I don't know whether he can do it in the next month or not. Sorghum. I know this is really not affecting me at all, but no, he can't. He has to do it today, so he's not in a good position there. I think he... well, I don't know what he's going to do about that. But luckily that's not going to affect me because I have other things to be getting on with. That field needs weeding. We don't have a weeder at the moment. Probably something that we should look at buying now. I did say I might buy one in the autumn, so now we've sort of spent up on productions at the moment. We're not going to get any more productions just now. We now have basically all our available income is for machinery and maybe more fields as well. Well, that's a bit laggy. But yes, first of all today we're going to get another field drilled, or at least get the helpers to do it while we do something else. We've got some goat's cheese to sell. So this field here, what was this one last? This one was wheat, so we're going to do this one as barley and possibly do field 8 as wheat. A lot of you were saying last episode we need to make sure we've got lots of bakery products or bakery crops in the ground. So yeah, that's basically wheat, barley, sorghum, oats, that sort of thing. The best, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think the best crop for flour production is sorghum actually, but we're going to do some barley as well, so we've got some early crops. Basically, what I'm trying to do is spread my harvest over as many months as possible. So starting with barley in the early part of the year, so June is the earliest you can harvest. So we'll start with barley, and then we'll have some wheat and canola for sort of midsummer. And then later in the year we're going to have things like sunflowers, soybeans, sorghum, that sort of thing later in the year. And that way we hopefully won't get into a situation where we've got not enough time to harvest all of my fields. That's the plan. Anyway, the helper is going to start drilling this one. Hopefully it's going to do it. It's missed a bit there, I'm not quite sure why, but we'll leave that to do its thing. It's going to drill this field with barley, and then we'll move it on to field 8 and it's going to do wheat in that one. And that way we've got plenty of crops through the year. Hopefully, that's the plan anyway. That's my theory. Meanwhile, okay, the combine is here. That's waiting for the next harvest, so we're not going to use the combine today, but I will just move it out this field just in case I do decide to come into this field with a cultivator and drag out those tram lines, because I want to get rid of the tram lines ideally. We need a deep cultivator for doing that. We don't own one, so we'd have to lease it. And usually with a deep cultivator it means you need a lot of horsepower to pull it. So I'm hoping that my tractor is powerful enough for that. But if it isn't, well, a new tractor would be, it is in the planning, but I don't know what I'm going to get yet. Basically, if anything really tempting comes in sale and I can afford it, I might consider that, but otherwise I'd rather buy a new one with no hours on it. But yes, we'll see on that. I don't know exactly what I'm going to get yet really. I haven't properly looked into it, but we will be getting a new tractor at some point in the next few months, I would have thought, money permitting of course. I'm going to put the combine in this shed for now. We're not going to need this not for today anyway. Probably next episode we will, but not today. So that can go in the shed, out of the way. There we go. Right, and now, yes, the big job for today, or the big money making job for today, is to sell the goat's cheese. And we'll need to bring some more wood into the sawmill as well, because that's running a little bit low on wood. Both the sawmills are a little bit low on wood, so yes, that needs to be done as well. Right, okay, so we established last time we couldn't remove the fences around this dairy, so that's not good. So it's going to make loading a bit difficult. That's why I really could do with a forklift here, because yeah, this is not the most manoeuvrable vehicle for getting it. It's a bit too big. It's not ideal. So for moving the bakery products, the sawmill products and the dairy products, it would be ideal to get a smaller forklift. A few of you said telehandler, but I think really just a small forklift to get into all these tight areas would be a perfect solution here. But for now we'll make do with this tractor as it's already here. until we can afford to buy something else. Because I think even a small forklift, you're looking at probably about £40,000 or £50,000. I'm not sure exactly which one would be best to go with, but yeah, they're not cheap. Nothing ever is. It would be brilliant if one came in the sale, because a forklift is something I wouldn't mind buying used. That would be fine. Something that's not used all the time, basically anything but a tractor, really, would be fine used. So I do keep checking the used sale. Some people said I don't check it. I do check it all the time. That's what we've got at the moment. Obviously that's very tempting, but yes, over £257,000 is not in my price range at the moment. But yeah, not a bad tractor that, and we could also probably upgrade it as well if we went for the basic model and then upgraded it for free, which I don't really agree with doing, but you can do it for some reason on this map. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's part of the map or whether it's part of the fact that it's multiplayer. I don't know, but it doesn't work in single player or on other maps anyway. I don't know about this map. Anyway, yes, let's get these dairy products loaded up and we'll get them sold and see what we can get back for these. Right, so the helper's just finished field 11 with the barley, so now we're going to move on to the next one, which is field, which one is it? 8 next door. So we're going to move on to that one. We're going to put wheat into this one, just for a bit of variety and to spread out the harvest, as I said earlier. So yeah, we'll get the helper going in this one next, and both of these will need rolling soon. I'll wait until they're both done, probably those who do the rolling, because it won't take too long with our set of rollers that we've got. It's very quick, so we'll do that later on. But yeah, the helper can go off and do the wheat drilling now. The other field will need fertiliser. This one, field 12, will need fertiliser and weeding. Yeah, as you can see there, it needs fertiliser and weeding, so we will be doing that as well later on. Back to the where we've just been loading the pallets here. So we've got everything on the trailer that I want to sell today. We're not going to sell the bread today because the price of bread is best in the winter time, sort of December, January, so we'll be doing that then. I've just moved these out of the way to give more space for more to spawn. Got 28,000 litres of flour in the bakery, so that's got plenty of flour in there to keep that running. There is a bit more goat milk in the dairy to process. We will get another pallet today, but I want to get on, so we're going to leave that for now. If it had been really close, like 800 or 900 litres in almost on the pallet, then it would have waited for that, but not 400, it would take too long. So we're going to get this lot sold now, and then we can get on with the next jobs, including bringing some more wood over for the sawmills, because they are a little bit low, especially this smaller one. And there is still a bit of milk over in the small dairy there, which will be going soon, because we don't need 2 dairies running at this stage. But yeah, that will be sold soon when that's emptied. Let's just quickly have a look to see how much is left in there. 262, so it won't be today, it's so slow, that thing. But eventually that will all be gone, and then we can get rid of that small dairy and that'll just keep the big one running, because we've got more than enough, or we've too much capacity in the dairy for the amount of milk we've currently got. So we will be getting some more goats probably at some point. They're not too far off reproducing again though, so we'll see. But yeah, I am planning to get some more goats if they don't reproduce fast enough. But yeah, we've got all our products loaded up. Where is the best price before we go? Let's just check the prices. So goat's cheese, best price for that is 5.7 there, which is that the one that's nearby? It is. Oh wow, we're only going there then. Okay. But also we'll check the price of the wood as well, just to see what the price of the planks and stuff is like. So planks long, there we go. Oh, it's coming down, but it's not really changing that much. And the farmer's market is still the best price for that. Although somebody said that you get a bonus, will possibly get a bonus at the horse riding stables. Is it worth? No, it's a long way though, isn't it? When we can just go here. To save time, I think we'll just sell them here. It's so near, it would be a lot easier. And then we can get on with other things. Because I don't really want to spend loads of time driving around the map. I've done quite a lot of that recently. Now we can get to it up there, but that winch is kind of in my way. So, well, what I'll do is I'll spin around and then we can get a more straight angle at it, rather than trying to make the turn. We'll come in from this angle. That's easier. Okay, so yeah, we're almost at the sell point. We're already only 200 feet away, so we'll have long to wait to sell these. Even though it's not quite the best price for the wood, we are still going to get more for doing this than if we'd just let it auto sell. So I still think it's worthwhile, and it's saving a lot of time. For the sake of just a few £100, it's not really worth going the extra distance. Okay, am I going to get this turn? I'll just put the front loader out of the way a bit. And then, yeah, that's probably not all going to sell in one go, but we'll give it a go, see what happens. No, okay. But it's looking pretty good. I can't work out exactly what we're going to get here in total, but it's not bad. So we were on 28, was it? 28,000. We're now, well, we haven't finished yet, but we're almost on 125,000 nearly. Let's see if we can get this one in as well. This is the problem with this trailer, it does make it a bit awkward to sell things when it's a bit... to reverse it's a bit awkward. Let's see if we can do this. Go straight back. Oh, now the front loader's caught. There we go. Right. Okay, so 130,500 in total there. Well, not what we got, but in total in the bank. So yeah, not bad at all. Right, so this trailer can go back down to the field again, and we need to bring some more wood over to the sawmills. The other tractor is currently busy. That's the one I have been using for dragging the wood, so I'm hoping this one will have enough power to do it. Hopefully. So we'll drop the trailer off, put the winch on, and I will go and get some more wood so that the sawmills don't run out of wood for the production. Right, well that didn't quite go as well as I was hoping. This tractor's not really powerful enough to pull the trees. Also, those American elms are very hard to get through gateways and stuff. I remember that from the previous multiplayer series. We are having trouble to get them through any gaps and stuff. So yeah, I would have done the oak trees, but this tractor doesn't have the narrow tyres on, so I would have crushed the crop. I didn't want to do that, so we've just gone with the American elm for now, and that's filled up this one. There you go, that one is full, but the other one still needs a bit more. Until the trees, it would be a lot easier when these trees, got loads of trees planted around here, all the way around this field here, and all the way around the big field. We've got new oak trees growing, but it will be a few months before they get to full height, or probably every year, so we're having to make do with the ones that we planted earlier on in the series. And we do have the American elm, like I just took one down, but we've still got some more oaks over at the other side, but I just want to wait until we've got that sunflower field harvested before we do any more there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to we'll leave the winch here actually, because we're not going to use it again today. The other sawmill's got plenty of wood really for keeping it going for at least another day or two, so it's not massively urgent, but it will need more wood at some point. But at least the smaller one is filled up now. That was the one that was getting quite low, so that's good. What I'll do now is I'll get the roller on and we will roll the 2 fields that are being currently drilled. And when we've done the rolling, we've got the weeding and the fertiliser spreading to do. So I've got the helper currently going on the roller now because this one finished, so I brought this back to the yard and now I've put the spreader on, which has currently got lime in it. Actually, we will need to do some lime spreading as well, won't we, I think, because the new fields that we purchased will both need lime, I think. Let's just check that. pH. Oh, we haven't even purchased the soil information in that one. Better do that. That's 1750, was it? There we go, so that's... There we go, purchased. Now we need to do the lime on that one. These ones don't look too bad for lime at the moment, so we'll leave that for now. And yeah, that one will need lime as well. 116, so we'll do that when we've harvested it, which will be possibly next episode. We'll see. Yeah, it will be next episode looking at that. We're also going to have 3 fields that need to be deep cultivated for tram lines, which will definitely have a planted crop in for next year. So we're going to cultivate it. We might as well cultivate the whole field and then we'll plant in there next year. So the current plan probably is soybeans in 73 and maybe sorghum in 116 and 16, because sorghum for the flour, because I think that is supposed to be one of the best crops for flour production for the bakery, and then soybeans because soybeans are always worth a lot when they sell them at a good price. So oh, I think, is that... Oh no, looking at the wrong field. I was going to say it almost finished rolling. No, not quite. No, it's still got a bit more to do there. Anyway, yes, without further ado, let's get on with spreading that field. In fact, we might as well do all 3 fields that we've drilled with fertiliser while we're doing the fertiliser. We'll get all 3 of them spread with fertiliser, and then we'll have to get hold of a weeder, or the hoe probably. Still not quite sure whether we'll buy that or lease it again. I think we are probably getting to the stage where it will be beneficial to buy it rather than keep leasing it, but we'll see on that. And oh, why is it done lime again? I'm trying to do fertiliser. It's deleted the fertiliser now. Not that there was much in there, but try again. Fertiliser. I was just about to say we're going to have to go to the shop and buy some more though, because we're not going to have enough here to cover all of the fields. They're all quite hungry crops for fertiliser, so yeah, we'll head to the shop first, get some more fertiliser bought, and then we'll get these fields spread with fertiliser. Right, okay, so we've got the rolling done. I was just going to go up to this one thinking it was going to be finished, but actually it's crashed into the hedge, so that's not so good. We will have to sort this out. Right, so what's it done? It's lifted the wheel again, I think. Yeah, I was having some trouble when I started off the first time. It was not spreading. I was wondering why, and it's because the gauge wheel thing was up, I believe. So I think the helper, because I've cancelled it there, is put it all, set it all back to road transport mode rather than work mode. So let's see if this is going to work. Yes, it is. Good. Okay. Right, so I need to finish off the spreading of the fertiliser. I thought that was going to be finished, but obviously not. And then we will be ready then to get the weeding done. So I have decided I think I'm going to go and buy the hoe this time, because not only will that save me long-term leasing costs, but also it means it's always available then. So if I ever get any contracts or something when I've got a bit of spare time to do contracts, I can get a contract going with the hoe without having to keep leasing it all the time. Because I made the mistake last time I had it of returning it, and then turned out I actually could have used it again for a contract and lost out really on the contract. So yeah, if I own it, then I've always got it available, because it is something we use quite a lot. And I always say, if it's something you use quite a lot, it's worth buying. If it's something you don't use that often at all, then maybe not. Another thing I'd like to permanently buy is a baler, maybe a wrapper as well for doing silage. Or again, that's not something you use too much, but it's always handy to have it. But yeah, certainly the hoe I think will be a worthwhile purchase for this farm now that we've got a few fields on the go. And yeah, we'll go and get that next when we drop the spreader off. So we will need this spreader again fairly soon to do the lime spreading. We've got a few fields that need lime. First of all, the one near the shop. That one still has bales in it though, of course, so that bales would need moving. Well, they probably wouldn't need moving actually to do the lime spreading. We should be able to avoid them. There's not too many bales in there. But certainly before we do the planting of that field or the cultivating, it will need to have its bales moved. But we might as well do that in the winter when the price of the straw is good, so we can load them straight onto the trailer and take them to the cell, rather than storing them on the trailer for a while, because we do need that trailer now quite a lot. We could buy a second trailer, of course, as well. That's another option there, but at the moment I don't want to buy too many trailers all at once, because they're not cheap. I'm trying to save the money as much as possible for a new tractor and other more important things than a trailer, so we'll see. Anyway, let's just get this put away, and then we'll get that hoe bought, and I will weed this field here. So yeah, that's the plan. Oh, and you'll have just seen I just moved the canola oil pallets as well from the mill. It's so much easier now that the bakery is up and running though, because we don't have to worry about all the flour pallets. The flour was the thing that was really filling up that spawn area, so having the flour distributing straight to the bakery is very, very handy. Really pleased with that. I'm so pleased I bought the bakery when I did, because we're going to really benefit, I think, when we come to sell that bread. It should be a lot easier, a lot less work, and hopefully a lot more money than if we were selling the flour on its own. Hopefully anyway. I really hope it is worthwhile. So yeah, that's my sunflower field there on the right. They will be ready next time as well. I'm hoping for a dry month next month. I really hope it will, because we've got quite a bit of harvesting to do. We might be able to continue to October though. If it is a wet month, I'm hoping that October will also be okay for harvesting the sunflowers and the soybeans. I think it is. So November, sorry. October's next month. November will be the other month we hopefully can harvest still. I'm pretty sure you can harvest at least soybeans in November, but we'll see. I'll check that actually in a second when I've got to the shop. Oh, I had a bit of a bad timing there with Daggerwin coming in as well. I wasn't watching the mini-map, I didn't know he was on the way round, and we met on that blind corner. I didn't actually see him coming, so that gave me a bit of a shock. We had a head-on collision. Okay, so yeah, calendar, just to check that. Harvest season for sunflowers is October, November, yeah, that's good, and the same with the soybeans, I think. Yes, it is good. Okay, so we have got 2 months of window to do that. That's good. Right, okay, so next we need a weeder. We're going to buy this time. We've got the money available, so we might as well. And that will save leasing it all the time. There we go, so we now own a hoe. We don't really own that much equipment at the moment. We have been leasing a lot, but now we are starting to be able to buy some stuff as well, which is really nice. I'm not going to buy everything, like I said. It's going to be mainly the things I use a lot, and a hoe is something that we are going to be using relatively often. either on our own fields or on the contracts. So yeah, that's why I've gone with buying it. So let's go and get that field weeded now. All done. So yeah, all three of our current drilled fields are all looking good now. They've all got the weeding, well, that one's got the weeding done, they've all got the fertiliser and the rolling done, so that's all looking good. Yes, so that will do, I think, for field work today. There's one thing I was interested in trying, I did mention it last time, was this area in here. Just seems a bit like a waste of space, really. There's not much going on in here. There is a storage shed here, which is quite useful. And I think it looks like there's a... It's quite nice, I quite like it, with all the shrubs and trees and stuff, but it's a bit of a waste area. It goes through to this field, which we don't currently own, but we could buy this. Daggerwin has mentioned, I think, in the past about why I haven't bought this. It's mainly because it's not very good for building on, it's a bit sloped. But it probably would be okay to just use as a grass field, or maybe even turn into an arable field. But yes, this area through here, between the two, is a bit of a useless area really. There's not much going on here, so I'm thinking maybe of landscaping it a bit, taking out the wall and maybe putting some more greenhouses up or something. I'm not sure yet, but let's start by taking this wall down. Probably that's probably the best thing, and then we'll see what we've got to play with. I'm always a bit cautious about this, though. I don't want to break anything. The walls should be okay, but a few of you said maybe take some buildings down using this, but I don't know whether that will work or not. I don't want to break anything or make anything glitch, because that would look terrible, or maybe even break the game. So you've got to be a bit careful with this mod, I think. This map clearly wasn't designed for having things removed, so I am a bit worried about doing this, but we'll hope for the best and hopefully it won't do any too much damage to the game. Oh no, Daggerwin hasn't even started his harvest yet. Oh, that's not good. This is the last day he can do it as well. Right, okay, so what have we got to play with here then? It's a bit uneven. I'm going to go into the landscaping mode and see what we can do here with the terrain. We'll start by painting it maybe. Is that a good idea? Just to see what we're actually working with. We might have to take some trees down. I think the bushes should disappear. Yes. But the trees probably won't. This shows up how uneven it is underneath when you get rid of the vegetation. It's not the best area for working on, but this certainly clears the area quite well. There is this area here as well, this side, but there's a lot more trees in that, so that'd be a lot more work to clear it compared with this side. Okay, so it looks like we've got a few trees, but not too much. Oh, apparently if you hold the mouse, yeah, that's it, the mouse wheel, you can spin around like this. It's a lot easier that, yeah, I've just been told about that. That's useful, so thanks to everyone that mentioned that. Now, I'm not sure why there's certain areas that aren't painting, that's a bit strange. But yeah, that's certainly opened up a lot, so there might be room for another greenhouse once we've taken these trees down. Can we sculpt it at all? Level it. Now this is where I'm not too good at using it. I do try occasionally, but it's certainly not my strongest point here, so we'll see how this goes. So what do we want to do? I think it's level for a start to try and bring it all to the same height. Let's try softening then. We'll change the brush strength to make it stronger. That's better. Yeah, that's what I want to do. That's smoothing it out better. Yes, that looks better. Okay, so that's making it a bit more level for building on. We will need to get rid of these trees. Yeah, and this is costing money as well, so I've got to keep my eye on the money here as well. But we certainly should have enough room for another greenhouse, if nothing else, which is good. Okay, let's just come out of there and do a bit of tree felling. There's not too much to do. There's only two trees. Can we just delete these trees? I don't really want to deal with them really, but no, if it goes red you can just delete, but I don't think it's going to work. I think we're going to have to actually cut them down, which is a bit annoying, because then we're going to have all these little branches to deal with. Oh, that was red. There we go. That should delete that. Good. Okay, so we've got a few little annoying bits to deal with, but not too bad. Another one here. Let's see if we can just... Can't delete that one either. So we'll cut it higher up, and then that way it should... Let's delete the stumps. There we go, yep, that's it. So we'll just have to move these little branches to the side, I think, just to clear the area. One more and then that should be enough to build on, I would hope. But yeah, that's certainly increased our yard area a bit around this area, which is quite useful. Somebody said get rid of the pig shed next to the greenhouse. I did check that, it will let me do it, so it says delete walls actually, but I'm a bit worried about doing that. I don't want to break anything. Good, okay, so that's looking good. We will pick these bits up and just throw them into the forest area over here. Well, I'm not sure I could call it a forest, but trees area. I'll probably just do this off camera actually quickly, because you don't want to see me pick up every little twig. Right, so that's the current situation. Just moved all the little twigs out of the way, and we've got now a building plot for putting our greenhouses on. So that's the plan. We're going to put one here. I want to make sure there's enough space to get the Bowsers around, the water Bowsers, to do this. I'm hoping, well, I'm not exactly sure whether we're going to fit two in here or not. Probably just do one for the time being, because that, yeah, that's a bit uneven there. That's starting to slip away down the hill, which means that the water tank for it is going to be underground, which is not looking too good. If we're having them on auto sell, that won't be too much of an issue, because it will. We have to worry out, where the pallets are going to spawn. We could have one there and one there, maybe, or that way around. Let's give this a go. Okay, and the next one. I know I said I wasn't going to buy any more productions. I don't know whether there is supposed to be a limit on how many greenhouses we're allowed actually on the series. What's Daggerwin got? Has he got 3 or 2? He's got 2 there. Ah, he's got 4. He's got 2 more here. Oh, and the mushrooms, so he's got quite a lot. Well, I should be allowed 4 then. I think maybe the limit should be 4. That would make it a bit fair, otherwise we're going to have too much money coming in. It would look a bit... not sure whether we should be allowed more than 4, but yeah, I think 4 would be fine. If we go for that one there, then that looks okay. We can afford it, just. We're going to need a bigger water Bowser though. Shall we go with that? That looks about right. Yes, okay, so that is a big change for the farm. I'm hoping this is all going to work out. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I'm hoping it works. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And that's 4 greenhouses now up and running. But yeah, a bigger water Bowser would certainly be useful. So we'll jump in the tractor and we'll put the old one on and probably go and sell it. And see if, well, we'll see if we can afford to purchase a bigger one. I'm not sure how much it is. I know Daggerwin's got a bigger one, so we'll probably look at getting the same one. But let's just quickly get this on and have a look at water Bowsers. So that'll be in probably animals, is it? 29, okay. Well, I think we should just about be able to afford that if we sell the old one. Hopefully. So we'll take this to the shop, we'll get this sold, and then buy the new one. Right, okay, so that is all of the greenhouses filled up with water, apart from there's one that's just needs a little bit more, but most of them are filled up. Which one is it? I think it's probably this M1 maybe that needs a bit more space for water, but we've got most of them filled anyway, so they should all be running now for the next few days. No, it probably is the back one actually, thinking about it, because that one probably got filled at the same time as I was filling the front one here. So yeah, we've certainly increased, we've doubled our greenhouse capacity today, which is really good. Yeah, let's taken that one, so that's now all full. I'll refill this as well from the water fill point, might as well, while Daggerwin is still doing his harvest. He's only really just started his harvest, which is not good for him, because he's going working into the dark, I would have thought. I don't know how much more he's got to do, but it is only fair that we let him finish that, because he has had a bit of a rough time having rain all day. I don't know whether he could have done it last episode or not though. Oh no, he's almost done. He's finished field 3 and he's just on the last bit of field 4, so yeah, he's not done too bad there actually. So I'm going to leave it there, because I know a few of you have been saying, oh, I always go on longer than Daggerwin. Well, only by a few seconds really, most of the time. And he does start before me as well, a lot of the time as well. You don't see that at the beginning, but I tend to join about 5 minutes after he starts, so yeah, it works out about the same each time, time-wise. And we've certainly done quite a lot today. It's now nearly 6 PM, so I think that's certainly a good time to finish. So I'm going to shut down here, and we are going to end the episode. So I really hope you like what I've done here with the yard extension that I didn't think I was going to do today, but certainly costs a lot, but it's worth it, I think. Yeah, we've spent all of our money pretty much on this today. But yeah, they're on auto sell, I think, so we shouldn't have any issues with having to load pallets out of there, because it would be impossible. Yeah, lettuce selling. Yeah, they're all selling. So yeah, our hourly income now from the greenhouses has doubled, hopefully. That's the plan anyway, so that's really good. Our Daggerwin's just finished, that's perfect. So we're both going to end at the same time today, that's really good. That's very fair. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.